What's up, guys? NFL season finally back, and I'm going to be running you through all of my bets that I have on for Chiefs-Lions, first game of the season. There's tons of good promos out there, so let's get into it. So let's briefly go through the odds. I assume most people want to bet on the Chiefs, but lines have actually been moving towards the Lions. The Chiefs opened around minus 300 favorites on the money line, but you can see on the line movement chart from OddsJam, now you can get them at just minus 205 on DraftKings. DraftKings is giving you the best odds by far. Most of these other books have the Chiefs still around like minus 230, but regardless, as a sharp bettor, if you want to make money, you got to find value. You got to get the best odds. If you're placing bets at minus 250 on FanDuel, when there's another sports book giving you minus 205, you don't stand a chance against Vegas. You don't stand a chance against the sports books. Always get the best line, long story short. Now, on the other hand, if you want to take the Lions, there's a pretty good spot to bet the spread. You can see FanDuel has the spread at 5.5. Most of the other books, the rest of the market, has the spread at 4.5. So again, it may not seem like a massive difference getting the Lions plus 5.5 versus plus 4.5, but if the Lions lose the game by 5 points, you're going to be really happy if you were to place your bet on FanDuel as opposed to DraftKings. The total has been moving lower. It opened around like 54.5. Now it's down to around 51.5, 52.5, depending on the book. Obviously, if you want to bet the under, take the under 52.5, get some extra value. If you want to bet the over 51.5, or if you want to take the over, bet the over 51.5, get some extra value. So that's the odds for the game. So let's start out with the easiest bets of all, promotions, okay? All these books for the first NFL game of the season are running promos to try to get new sports bettors to sign up for their book. Underdog, they're competing with FanDuel for new customers to get people betting on their platform. All these books run promos. It's a marketing cost for the books. And one promo that's really common, it seems like, is Patrick Mahomes over half of a passing yard. Obviously, this play is going to win. So you can see on Underdog Fantasy, I took advantage of this promo. Mahomes over half of a passing yard. And a few other sports books, including Parlay Play, Vivid Picks, are running this same promotion. Again, not all these books may be legal in your location. Different sports books are legal in different locations. But the easiest money you're going to make sports betting is going to be getting plays like Mahomes over half of the passing yard. Second promo I took advantage of is on DraftKings. So they have an early win bonus. And basically the way this promo works is if your team goes up by 7 points, your bet is automatically graded as a win. So I went with the Lions. And I think the Chiefs are the better team. I think the Chiefs are going to win the game. But if the Lions start out with the ball, if they score a touchdown, my bet's a win. Right? The Lions are pretty big underdogs. That bet is going to be graded as a win if they just score a touchdown and get the ball first. So this is another no-brainer promo to take advantage of. You could hedge on another sportsbook if you want to. I'm sure there's other promos out there on sportsbooks, but easiest money so far. I took advantage of a bunch of these promos. I'm going to take you through book by book, and I got to play on Prize Picks. I'm on Sky Moore under 3.5 receptions. Now you may be like, what's all this other crap in your Prize Picks bet? And the way that Prize Picks works is it's parlays only. You can't place straight bets. So this is the play I'm going with for the Lions-Chiefs game. I think it's the best play on Prize Picks for Chiefs-Lions Thursday Night Football. Now, why is this play good? I like to keep these videos educational, explain why I'm going with particular picks. And you can see I found this play on the OddsJam Positive EV tool. So the way this tool works is it scans the market and points out value on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a parlay-only sportsbook. They don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. It's fixed payouts. So the sharp bet on Prize Picks is the under in this case, because every single sportsbook, DraftKings, Caesars, they all have Sky Moore's under heavily favored. They're all telling you, hey, Sky Moore's a lot more likely to go under as opposed to over. So that's a sharp bet to go with on Prize Picks. Next, we can go through Underdog Fantasy, which is another really popular platform similar to Prize Picks. You can only place parlays, and I have a bunch of different plays for Lions Chiefs, including Montgomery, no touchdown. I'm also on Gibbs over 30.5 rushing yards, Scantling over 30.5 receiving yards. You can see I paired that with the no-brainer promo on Patrick Mahomes, and then I'm also on Pacheco over 48.5 rushing yards. So a bunch of different plays. I found all these plays on the OddsJam Fantasy Optimizer, which again just scans the market, updating millions of sportsbook odds, pointing out value on Underdog Fantasy. Next sportsbook we can go to is Parlay Play. I have Gibbs over 25.5 receiving yards, and this is interesting. So remember on Underdog Fantasy, I took Pacheco over 48.5 rushing yards. Well, on Parlay Play, my final pick I need to cash this slip is Pacheco under 58.5 rushing yards. So in sports betting, this is called a middle, and it may seem confusing. Alex, are you stupid? You bet his over and you bet his under. But on underdog, I got his line over 48.5 yards. On parlay play, under 58.5 yards. So I have this 10-yard gap where Pacheco has 49 to 58 rushing yards. I'm gonna win both bets. So this is a very profitable betting strategy called middling or middle betting. And OddsJam has a betting tool for middles. It scans the market constantly, updating millions of odds on all these different sports books, pointing out value, big gaps, and where books are setting their lines. Again, all these sports books set lines independently. So sometimes these crazy middle opportunities occur where you can bet Pacheco over 48.5 and then get them on a different sportsbook parlay play under 58.5. You know, I kind of like to think of it as you're buying a stock for 48.50, you're taking his over on underdog, and then you're selling that stock for 58.50, right? Taking his under on parlay play. So you have this nice little gap. This is a very profitable betting strategy, again, called middling. Definitely recommend looking into it. Next, I got some bets on DraftKings, just promos. I explained earlier, they have that early win bonus. Your team goes up by 7, your bet's automatically graded as a win. You got to take advantage of this. I took the Lions. Another promo that DraftKings is running, and you can play this on any NFL game, but I went with it in the Lions-Chiefs game, is they have a risk-free bet up to $10. Whatever your first NFL bet of the season is, if it loses, you get your money back up to $10. So for this promo, another easy money promo on DraftKings, I took the under 54.5 points in the game. As a little bit of a hedge to the DraftKings promo, I took over 26.5 first half points in Thursday Night Football at minus 125 odds on FanDuel. And you may be confused, like, yo, why are you using all these different sports books? Why don't you just use one? Is all these books have different odds, different lines from one another, different promos. So as a sports bettor, it's beneficial to have as many accounts as possible. And it's a little counterintuitive, but that's just the way it is in sports betting. So you can see this over 26.5 points. I found it on the OddsJam Positive EV tool. FanDuel is giving us minus 125. All the other sports books have this line around minus 140, minus 145 odds. So as a data-driven bettor, that indicates to us that FanDuel is giving us good value. You know, it's kind of like seeing a stock on Fidelity at 125 bucks, and all the other stock exchanges have that stock priced at 140, 145. So we found value, you know, that's what hedge funds look for, traders, investors. It really matters long-term as a sports bettor if you want to make money. So this is a great bet that I went with on FanDuel. Another no-brainer promo is on Sleeper. They have McCaffrey, so this isn't for the Lions-Chiefs game, but over under half of a rushing yard. Obviously he's going over, but I needed something to pair it with on Sleeper. So I actually found pretty good value on Goff, over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That's what I paired with on Sleeper. Another no-brainer promo with a pick for the Lions-Chiefs game. Next, we can go to Fliff. So the first play I have is Lions plus 3.5 first half spread. I think the Lions are going to keep it close. I have this in a parlay. My next leg is a college football bet, so let's not focus on that. Now the final play, I have another play on Fliff, and it is an arbitrage play. So arbitrage, it may be a little bit complex of a word, it may be new to you, but this is a strategy I love. So all these sports books set lines independently, they set their odds independently, and sometimes their models get super out of sync with one another, and you can bet on equal and opposite outcomes and guarantee yourself a risk-free profit. So I found an arbitrage play between Barstool Sportsbook, which is legal in my location, currently in Virginia, and Fliff. So it's on Gibbs over under 3.5 receptions. So you can see Barstool has the under at plus 110, and then Fliff has the over at minus 105. So I found this play on the OddsJam arbitrage tool, which is literally just constantly scanning, updating millions of odds to point out these rare but profitable arbitrage opportunities where you just make a risk-free profits, right? It's risk-free money. I'm not saying it's glamorous. I think this arbitrage play, I'm gonna make like $4 risk-free, as you can see from this calculator. But hey, money's money, profit's profit, easy $4 risk-free in the Chiefs-Lions game. That's another play I went with between Barstool and Fliff. A lot of plays for Lions-Chiefs. Let me know which ones you liked, which ones you're tailing. Let me know what plays you like in this game. We're gonna have a ton of bets this season. Let's make some money, guys.